Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, and in today's video we're going to be talking about social distancing on a Ducati. So without further ado, let us get into the video. So, social distancing, how do you do it on a motorcycle? And more to the point, how do you do it on a Ducati? You literally get on a bike and you go. Initially you don't have to go mad in terms of speed, but if I'm honest, hang on, nearly 100. Woo! Being on a bike is probably the easiest and most entertaining way to social distance, in my opinion. And people say, oh, you know, bikers are this and bikers are that and yada yada yada, but you know what, fuck all of them. In my opinion, social distancing on a motorcycle is the best way to be. I mean, yeah, okay, you do have this odd situation where you get close to other riders and you get close to other road users, but you know, that's life, I guess. When that shit happens, that shit happens. In all fairness, I couldn't care less. At the end of the day, me being on a bike is just my my way of being comfortable, being happy, and not having to deal with arseholes. People's opinions are like arseholes. Everyone has one, but doesn't mean you need to hear it. But that's just my 2 pence worth anyway. On the flip side to that, I'm in a good mood. It's the weekend. Who couldn't be in a good mood because it's the weekend? Admittedly, I have to work, but even working at the weekend isn't that bad for me anymore. I mean, there used to be a situation where I absolutely hated going to work at the weekend, but now, not so much. I will say one thing though, I am in desperate need of a new helmet. That is a given, because this fucking thing is getting very, very noisy. And that's just literally down to the fact that it is almost 5 years old. I should take my own advice really and replace it, which I probably will do in the near future. Also, I'd like to point out that the MOTOMOUNTS chin mount is still holding on strong, and Callum is still doing the 10% off if you use my YouTube name. So if you head over to motomounts.co.nz and use discount code Rollin Thunder, all in capitals, ROLLIN, with the apostrophe above the N, THUNDER, like I say, all in capitals as one word, you will get yourselves a juicy 10% off. So if you want to have the same setup as what I've got, pretty much regardless of what helmet you own, because Callum has been making quite a few new mounts lately. There's going to be a few more bits and bobs that he's going to get me to test in the near future, which I'll obviously let you guys know closer to the time. Also, I was at a petrol station near my work, filling up the tank as you do, and I was approached by a rather nice gentleman. I never got his name, so I apologise. And quite literally, he turned around and said to me, "Oh, you don't hear those much anymore." And I was like, "Hey, what? Hear what? Sirens, police cars, what?" And he was referring to my bike, in the sense that you don't hear many V-twins these days. Well, according to him you don't. Or you don't see or hear many Ducatis. Which, okay, is a valid point I suppose. There's not that many of them on the road at the moment. Well, from what I've seen. That doesn't mean to say that there aren't loads on the road. It's just maybe not in my area. In my area. In my anus. I'm only joking, I'm not that sort of deviant. I am not a fruity geezer like that. But anyway, so yeah, I was having this conversation with this guy in the petrol station. He was like, "Oh, when I was growing up, they used to be everywhere. It used to be like 748s, 916s, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Do you know what? You wherever you were, you had a brilliant area to live in." I could listen to V-twins, obviously primarily Ducatis, but any V-twin motorcycle I could listen to all fucking day long. I mean, I know it sounds really sad for me to say that, but it's true. I love my Ducati, I love V-twins, I loved my 748s, I even loved my 848s. Even though I didn't have them for very long, I still loved them. But yeah, as well as that, he was like, "Oh yeah, when I was younger I used to have a 748, blah 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 blah." And I've had a really good response from the video that I did a couple of days ago now, it's about a week ago, of the one that got away about my 748. Now believe it or not, I've had more people talk about that recently than any of my other videos. Now naturally it's like, hey, what? You know, something different, I suppose. Instead of me talking about this bike and the V2 that I test rode and all the other random shit that I go through on a daily basis, it's nice to reminisce every now and then over a bike that I wish I'd kept and I wish I looked after more. But you know, it is what it is. Life is life. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. What the guy said really did hit home. It's like, I've never ever had someone say that to me. Well, not that I can remember anyway. Saying, oh, you know, you don't hear that much anymore. You know, everything's Japanese and whatever else and blah 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, bud, you're completely right there. You really are. And he's like, well, sorry, I was like, I could not fucking agree with you more, buddy. You know, V-twins are a thing of beauty. It doesn't matter whether it's a Ducati, an Aprilia, a Honda, a Yamaha, whatever. In my personal opinion, V-twins are just something very, very special. Seeing as it is the weekend, how is everyone doing? How has your week been? For me, it's been meh. You know, as you'd expect working in retail, it's not been bad, but it's not been good. It's been consistent, shall we say. But yeah, just going back to that comment of the guy at the petrol station, you know when you just have to sit back and you think to yourself, hang on a minute, I've never heard someone say that before, or I don't remember someone saying that to me before. And it's like, yeah, when something just rings so true like that did, it was like, do you know what, mate, you've hit the nail right in the centre of the head. You know, I could not have said it better myself. I mean, all motorcycles are special to the person that owns them, obviously. But for me, when he was saying about V-twins and stuff like that, 100% agree with him. 100%. 100 fucking percent. And if I could have my time all over again, I think probably the only bike I would not have again would have been the Kawasaki ZX6 that I had, or sorry, ZX7. Why? Not because it was a Kawasaki, not because it was green, but because it was a 4-cylinder. 4-cylinders just don't do it for me, they really don't. But this, however, it's going to sound really sad, but I'm going to say it anyway. It doesn't matter whether I'm riding for 10 minutes or 2 hours. This bike always puts a fucking smile on my face. It really does. I'm not going to take anything away from any other bikes or any other brands or anyone else's views, because everyone has different opinions. Do you know what I mean? And I would just like to point out that I'm not in the business of, you know, poo-pooing or taking the piss out of someone else's beliefs or ideas. That's just not me. I don't do this YouTube business for I don't do these videos for political reasons. I don't do them for, you know, clickbait or whatever. I do the videos because I want to do them. I love making content, and I will continue to do so until I no longer love it, which, if I'm honest, isn't going to end anytime soon. I'll get out my way, you bellend. It's another one of those situations where fucking learners are just getting in the way, man. But must think positive, must be positive. And speaking of positivity, like I was saying before, the Chin Mounts motor mount is still holding on strong, still doing what she says on the tin. And like I've already mentioned, if you want to take advantage of a 10% off offer that Callum has done, if you use my YouTube name, Rollin Thunder, as one word in capitals with the apostrophe over the N, then you will get 10% off. I'll put it in the description under the video. I'll also put it in the comments and hashtag the shit out of it, so you guys can get the best deal possible. And Callum, just a little shout out to you, buddy. Still love the product, still love what you're doing, you guys must go hit Callum up. You know, drop him a message on Instagram or on Facebook or on his website, which is motomounts.co.nz. Go show him some love. Do him a favour, drop a couple of quid in his pocket, get yourself a mount, because believe me, you will not regret it. The stuff that he's using now is by far and away better than I could have expected from anyone. Better than GoPro, better than Drift, better than Contour, better than well, Senna, and whoever else I can think of that makes cameras. Callum is a top geezer. He's only a young lad, but his work ethic and his productivity is way beyond his years, and you know, it's amazing to be part of. Also, we've just passed 3,500 subscribers, and we are halfway to getting monetized. So hopefully it won't be too much longer till you lovely people that watch my videos get me to that monetized state. You know guys, like I always say, these videos would be nothing without you guys watching them. I mean, it would just be me, a middle-aged man, just waffling on a motorcycle. But anyway, back to the social distancing. If it wasn't for the fact that I had to commute, I'd be going all over the place on this. I really would. This is one of those bikes where you know how to, you can ride it hard. You know you can get the most out of it if you really want to. I mean, granted, you know, even though this bike is 13 years old, it will by far and away outperform me everywhere. You know, this is one of the things I love about this bike. There's no electronic aids, there's no traction control, there's no anti-wheelie, nothing. It's all done with my right hand and both my hands and my feet. That's kind of what I love about these older bikes, and that's kind of why I would have another 748 if there was one available. Fuck my life. Why can't I talk properly today? I guess it must be this fucking weather. It's fucking balmy, I tell you. But yeah, anyway, someone did also write in the comments of a previous video. I think it was what video was it? Shit, I can't remember what video it was. But anyway, one of the guys that follows me on YouTube, he left a comment on one of my videos saying that he'd like to see me do a video on this out on the twisties and give a proper in-depth overview of what I've done to the bike and whatever else. And when I get a bit of time off, that will happen. I don't know what I'll call the video, but I've got 2 weeks off in August, so I'll be trying to get in a couple of test rides where possible, plus taking this old girl out to get her properly shaken down, as it were. There's a big V-twin coming round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. There's a big black V-twin coming round the outside. I'm sorry, Eminem, I've absolutely ruined your music. I'm so sorry. But it's one of those things, if you don't laugh you end up crying, don't you? And I'd rather not do the crying bit. It's not nice watching a grown man cry. It really isn't. I'm in such a good mood, even with the shitty weather. You know, it's not exactly brilliant sunshine, and you've got dickhead couriers like that all around me, in front and behind, and now fucking alongside me. Seriously, when you people are going to fuck off getting around me? But do you know what I mean? It's one of those situations where I don't mind riding around with other people, but if you get in my way, then fucking woe betide you. It's like this fucking van. What are you doing, you absolute gimp? It's one of those things, I guess you can't do anything about it. You just got to fucking grin and bear it. Or as those lovely penguins from Madagascar would say, smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. Because let's face it, there are morons everywhere in all shapes and forms. But anyway, social distancing. I keep going a fucking topic, I really do. Pigeon, just like that. Yeah, in my honest opinion, I think being on a motorcycle, whether you're commuting, couriering, or just generally just enjoying the roads, that's the way to be, in my opinion. I really think it is. I really, really do. That is by far and away the easiest way to be. But, you know, that's just my opinion. You can take it or leave it, do you know what I mean? Everyone's entitled to one. I tell you what, you may not be able to see it, but I am being blown around all fucking over the place. It's not pleasant, I'm telling you. Gently, gently. You know what the scary thing is? When I go around that corner, especially that first, you know, that long right-hander part where it just goes up and up and up, I can actually feel the rear tyre losing traction. I don't know whether it's meant to do that or whether I'm just being a bit overly sensitive, but boy, I'm so glad it's not raining. Because if it was raining, I would be in a fuckload of trouble. And I mean a fuckload. Because once this thing starts spinning up, it's virtually impossible to catch. So you either completely roll off, or you keep it going and hope for the best. It's one of them ones where you either go full in or nothing. I'm definitely one of those people that's all in. But anyway, boys and girls, I hope you weren't too bored. If you want to see more of this and more different things, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. As always, the support is greatly appreciated. But for now, this is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, saying look after yourselves, look after each other, be safe on the roads, and as always, adios!
Are you ready?